Welcome to this video where we're going to carry on with the keyboard course, and we're going to start now looking at learning about beats and rhythm. So as we look at page 10 of the keyboard course, so the first step in reading rhythm is finding the beat. And the beat is a steady beat that we're going to have. So it's like a heartbeat or a ticking clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this very steady rhythm that you'd be having. So although a heart is actually da, 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 this is a steady beat, which we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. So the rhythm in a piece of music is going to be based on this constant fundamental beat that you have. So even though individual notes are longer or shorter, we have this constant beating that we have. And generally, as I say there, if you're going to be tapping your feet along with the music, or if you end up clapping, generally it's to that fundamental beat that you're kind of keeping in time with. So even if you may not have realized it, you probably have kept time with the beat on your own. And when we're looking at it in terms of how music is written, so like this line of notes over here, where you have these notes, they're all evenly spaced, they all look the same, and they're all written in a line as this evenly spaced line. So the first thing to do here is just, we're going to clap the rhythm. So there are 12 notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there are 12 notes. So we're just going to beat them out as a regular thing. And again, this is one of those things where you're like, oh, we're not toddlers anymore, we don't have to do this. It's important that you learn the basics so that you can make sure you're actually ready to go on to the more complex things. So we're just going to clap them in time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So a nice steady rhythm that you're clapping, and that if you can keep a steady rhythm, then that's really important. If you're thinking about music where you're like rock music or pop music and you have a drummer, their job is to keep that beat steady so that everybody else around can be going along with what the beat that they're setting. So they play a really important part in a band because they're making sure everything is keeping together. So the thing about playing piano is everything's on you. You're going to be making sure that everything stays together. So it's really important that you get the beat right. So when we write music, the way that it's written is you have groups of notes, and then you have these lines that go down called bar lines. So we have some terminology that's different in so South Africa is a country that was a British colony, and we've stayed part of the Commonwealth. And so in Britain and in Commonwealth countries, we tend to use different terminology to what's used in the US and Canada and other countries, other English-speaking countries. So it's not true for all Commonwealth countries. I think Australia uses the American words, American terms. But yeah, so sometimes I will use the terms that I've used, and I'll try and give both so that you can know what I'm talking about. So in American language, this is called a measure. So between each of these bar lines, and in the British English, it's just called a bar. So we have a bar line dividing the bars or dividing the measures. So you'll see there are 3 notes and then a bar line, and then 3 notes and then a bar line, and another 3 and a bar line. And it can be any group of numbers. So this one has any group of notes. So this one has got 4 and then a bar line, and then 4 and then a bar line. And here we've got 2, and here we've got 6 and then a bar line. So you'll have notes grouped either in 2, 3, 4, and then it goes up in multiples of 3. So there's never going to be a 5 or a 7. So it'll be 2, 3, and 4, your most common ones. And then you might have a group of 6 or 9 or 12. But we'll talk more about that as we go a little bit further. So yeah, the next exercise then is to clap each line of notes on this page, clap evenly once for each note, and don't pause at the bar line. So we just carry right on. So it's for notation as we're writing it, but it's not like a pause. If we're writing and we've got a comma or a full stop or a period, we carry on. So if we do this first one with the groups of 3, so it'll be, I'm going to count it 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, but you'll hear we just carry straight on. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So nice and steady throughout, no pauses at the bar lines. And if we do the next one where we've got groups of 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the next one, we've got groups of 2s, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And the final one where we have 2 groups of 6 notes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's really important that you get comfortable with keeping a very steady rhythm as you're playing, because that's what helps everyone to be able to predict what's going to happen next and when you're going to play the next note, because you're going to keep that steady rhythm. So that does take time, and that's one of the things that actually takes the most time, is being able to keep that steady rhythm as you're playing. But the more you practice, the better you'll get at it. Okay, so as I just did, I counted, so within each bar, we always start with number 1, and then we'll go up to, if there are 3 or if there are 4 or 2, whatever it is. So as you're going through, I'm not going to do this page because it's basically what I just did, but count the beats in each measure, each bar. So we've got 3 and then 3, and then we've got 4 and then 4. So you'll count from 1 to 3 or from 1 to 4. So yeah, as we've just done there, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I'm not going to do this page again. But now we get to something that's important. So at the beginning of music, you always see what we call the time signature written. So 3/4 or 4/4, 2/4, it might be a 6/8 or 9/8 or something else, or sometimes a 2/2. So this is what we call the time signature. And we'll get to the bottom number later on in the course. But the top number tells you how many beats are going to be in each bar. So if it's a 3/4, we're going to have 3 beats. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And that's the kind of note that this bottom number tells you what each of the fundamental notes is that's going to be the fundamental beat that you're going to have. And then at the top number tells you how many of those fundamental beats there'll be in each bar. So this top one is 3/4 because we've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 with the bar lines in between. So the next one, what will that be? We've got 3 and then 3 and then 3. So that will be also 3/4. And then the next one, we've got 4 and then 4 and then 4. So that will be then a 4/4 time signature. And this last one, we've got 2 and then 2 and then 2 and then 2. That will be a 2/4 time signature. So they suggest just opening the hymn book. So I've got my hymn book here at home. And let's just have a look at some of the hymns that we have. So over here, we've got hymn 188. So we've got a 4 and a 4. Then you can see here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's a bar line and a bar line, and we've got 4 notes. You can also see there are some other things happening over there. There's 4 notes, but that's got a dot and that's got a little tail at the top. We'll get there, don't worry. This one's also got the 1, 2, 3, 4 notes and then a bar line, and then we've got 4 notes and then a bar line. So that's that hymn 188. Go next door to 187. This has got 2/2. So a 2 at the bottom, we'll get to that and what that means. But a 2 at the top means you're going to have 2 notes in each bar. So here you can see in this bar 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then this is 2 groups of 2 notes. But again, we'll get there a little bit later. Okay, I've chosen some interesting ones here. So this one is 6/4. So let's see if we've got, here we go, this bar over here at the bottom, we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 notes. All of the others, there are other things happening. There are notes that are different lengths. So that's why it doesn't look like a straight 6 in each one. This bar, you can see 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. So that's the 3 and the 3, and it gives you the 6. But this bar is the best one to see the 6 notes. And here we've got a 4/4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see if we can find a 3/4. Here we go. Dearest children, God is near you. So 3/4. So here in this bar, you can see 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3. But as you can see, there are other bars where there are other things happening, and there are lots of notes as well, but you're going to get there. You'll be able to do that as time goes by. And then it also suggests that we go down to the glossary and we have a look at time signature. I'll show you briefly, but there is a lot there that we're not there yet. Okay, so here's the entry for time signature. So a symbol made up of two numbers, one above the other, sound at the beginning of a piece of music, and it shows the meter of the piece. So that's the rhythm that we're going to be having and how many notes are in each bar. So the bottom number shows which note is the fundamental beat, so the note that gets one beat. And the top number shows you how many of those there are. So 2/2, we saw that in that one hymn. So 2 beats per measure, and a number 2 is a half note or a minim. But we'll get to the 2/2. But here's a 2/4, a 3/4, and a 4/4. So 4 beats per measure, 4 beats per bar. And then those are going to be quarter notes. But again, we'll get there. And you can see there's a 6 and a 9 and a 12. So those are really the only time signatures. In Western classical music, that's the structure of the music that we have. It's pretty much these types of rhythms. Okay, so to come back to where we were on page 13, so we can now go to the next page, and this is now about time and tempo. So the number of beats per measure or per bar and the time signature, they usually stay the same from the beginning to the end. There are a couple of hymns where it changes. In music other than hymns, that we often play around with the tempo or the speed quite a lot. In terms of the number of beats per bar, though, that is almost always the same. But again, there are a few exceptions. They give you as an example there, Come Come Ye Saints, hymn 30. So if we have a look here, it starts with 4/4, and then it changes to 3/4, and then it changes to 4/4 again, and then it goes to 3/4. So it just really is all over the place. So this is a very complicated one to conduct, and the playing isn't too bad once you're comfortable, but to conduct it is quite complicated because you're changing between the time signatures all the time. But that is unusual. There's also in the Hymns for Home and Church collection, I think this is the Christ, has 1 bar. It's normally in 4/4, and then it has 1 bar. It changes to 2/4, and then it goes back to 4/4. But yeah, there are definitely a couple where it does some different things. But for the most part, music is consistent. If it starts in 4/4, it'll be 4/4 throughout the whole thing. But another aspect of rhythm that usually stays the same, but sometimes it changes, is what we call the tempo, which is the speed of that fundamental beat. So it should also stay even from beat to beat, but it can be fast or it can be slow. Okay, so we've got 2 lines of music that we're going to try with different tempos, different speeds. So it suggests first doing it fast, and then slow, and then medium fast. So if we're going to do it fast, we would go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's quite a fast tempo. But we can also do that quite slow. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Or a medium tempo would be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you can see, because it's 3/4, we've got 3, we're counting to 3 for each of the bars, each of the measures that you're singing, that you're clapping. And then we get to the next one. So we've got 4/4. So let's start with fast again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we could do that very slowly then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then a medium pace would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can see for each of those, what is written on the page is exactly the same, but the tempo or the speed is what has changed. And the difference between line with the 3/4 and the 4/4 is not, it doesn't matter how fast we're doing it, it's how many beats are there in each bar or in each measure. That's what the difference is. So for each one of them, we can do it fast or slow or medium. So the speed, the tempo is one thing, and then the beats is a different thing. So how many beats there are in a bar. But something that I probably was inadvertently doing it, even though I already tried not to, is we have what we call the downbeat in each bar, and that's the first beat. And this is the beat that is going to get the most emphasis as you're doing it. And if you think about poetry, we also have this emphasis on particular syllables as we're going through. And it's just the way we speak. We don't speak monotonously, saying every word with the same emphasis. And particularly with poetry, you've got this rhythm that's going to come through in that. So although each beat in a measure or a bar is important, but the first beat or the downbeat is the strongest. And what's interesting is that although it's not usually played or sung more loudly, as humans, we're able to feel this beat, even if it's played exactly the same. But what we're going to do now is we are going to emphasize these downbeats. So when we're doing this, you would clap. We're going to clap these, and the first one you're going to do louder. And you'll notice each time after the bar line, there's the first note. That's the one we emphasize. And then it's the next bar line, and then we emphasize the next one. So it's always beat one, and that's going to be your downbeat. And if you're conducting, it will literally be the where you're going down. That always needs to be the one after the bar line. That's the downbeat. It's the one that your hand goes down to be able to do it. Okay, so if we do that first line, so we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And for the next one, we've got 2, 2. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So you don't change the speed. You don't make that longer or shorter or anything. You don't pause before it. You keep that constant beat throughout, but it's putting that emphasis on it. And so when you're next listening to music in sacrament meeting or on the radio or whatever, try and listen for that downbeat. Try and feel it in the music, and you probably will be able to actually feel it. And when you can feel that downbeat, then you can actually work out how many beats there are in each bar, because you'll be able to feel that duh, 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 duh. Okay, then you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's got 4 beats. Or duh, 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 that's got 3 beats. So as you're going through, you can actually figure that out. And that's also, if we go back to the conducting, you can figure out what pattern to be doing just by feeling the music. And you know you have to go down on your downbeat, and then how many movements are there going to be until you get to the next downbeat. And that's how you can do it. You can figure it out. So also, although we've got these downbeats, remember that each note, each beat can then be faster or slower. So you may have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 as the slow rhythm, but you're still going to have that emphasis on the first beat. Okay, so I think that's where we will wrap up this video, and then in the next video we're going to learn about actually how to read different notes and how long each note needs to be based on how it's written and the different notations that we have for that. So please join me in the next video.